Hi, I'm Michele Blanck. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial video today. I'm 51 years old, so there is going to be some tips and tricks and hacks for everybody, and then stuff that's going to be specific to a more mature face. Starting off with one of the hacks, first of all, I've already put a moisturizer on my face. I'm going to be using the Benefit Highbrow, and I'm going to be coloring in the darkest lines and try to diminish the appearance of the bags under my eyes. Next, I'm moving on to the Benefit Boing. I almost always start with those two products, the Benefit Highbrow for underneath the eyes and then the Benefit Boing for the age spots. I have started using Porcelana on the age spots, and it says to give it about 3 months, so I'm going to do that and then I'll let you know what happens. For the foundation, I'm going to be using the Sephora Fondant in light number 4. Got a little sploochy. I'm going to take a barely dampened beauty blender, dot this on. Blend it out. We dab a little bit on the eyelids. It's going to act as a primer. For the concealer, I am using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in 10. And I do like to put on the foundation first and then the concealer. Now I'm not interested in getting the concealer all over my face, so I resort to a Jelly Bean Beauty Blender, which I've also dampened. Blend this out. So I'm going to be starting with the ColourPop Baroque palette, which looks like this. And I'm starting with this color right here, which is called Noble. It's a iridescent shimmer that morphs between a blue and a red, which I think is really unusual. So we're going to be putting that into the crease. Now, one of the things that I have to deal with is a hooded eye. I've always had almond-shaped eyes, but now I also have a hooded eye. And what hooded means is that sort of the meat of your eye, which is right here, sort of sinks down over time. And you can barely see the lid anymore. And that's what they call a hooded eye, when that sort of goes down. And that's one of the things that I'm going to address when I'm doing my makeup. It's also one of the reasons why I pick a darker color to put in the crease, because it's going to give the illusion that the crease is where it is supposed to be. My find the crease face is Robert De Niro. Now the lights and the shadows in the room are kind of picking up where I want to put this. And I'm using a really tiny brush. Ooh, that color is going on so pretty. Now I'm going to take a larger brush with nothing on it and blend it out a little bit. Next color I'm going to be moving on to is going to be this one right here, and it is called Secret. So we're just putting this in the lower lid. And a little bit more blending. All right, that is a good grown-up start. Now we're going to go bananas. I am moving on to the NYX Vivid. This color is called Vivid Envy. I know. 51 schmifty-1. That's not a word. I know, you're dubious. Trust me. Oh yeah, it's happening. Just make sure you let the liquid liner dry before you move on to the next step. And if you are impatient like me, having a fan on your makeup table, very helpful. By the way, I was actually inspired for this look by the colors of this fan. Isn't that great? Okay, I'm going to be popping over to the Beauty Glazed Color Fusion palette, which is this riot of colors that I have worked with before. And I think to go with this color, we are going to put in this one right here. I bib. Bibbit. Every time I make an eye bib, I try not to say bibbit. Now, one of the reasons why I'm going fairly heavy over the NYX eyeliner is this product does have a tendency to get a little bit dry and crunchy on the eyelid. So camouflaging that a little bit, also enhancing the line. And we're going to be taking this color that's right next to it right here, and we're going to be putting that underneath. Don't ever think that just because you reach a certain age that you can't have fun with your makeup. We're going back to the ColourPop Baroque palette, and we're going to achieve our Smoky Joe today with this color right here, which is called Etiquette. We're also going to take that Etiquette color and go just a little bit above where the teal is. And we're going to use that to blend it out. Just tapping it on. Back to the blending brush. For the inner corner highlight, I am moving over to the Juvia's Magic Mini palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. And we're going to be moving on to this color right here, which is called Ocean. Going to be putting on a little bit of mascara. I'm going to be using the Essence Lash Princess. I think it's the false lash effect. There's a few different Lash Princess mascaras that you can get, but this one is by far my favorite. And I do actually have false lashes that I put on that look like this just from using this. It's really nice when a product advertises itself as something and then delivers. I'm moving on to the Wet n Wild Contour Cream Stick in medium. I use a darker cream stick because I don't like to use bronzer. And this will take care of most of what a bronzer would do for you anyway. Underneath the cheekbones, down the nose, on the hook, chin line, a little bit at the hairline. Flat-headed Wet n Wild brush, blending it out. For blush, I'm going to be using the Too Faced from the Foxy Neutrals palette. I'm using this color right here. It is called Here for the Hose. Big fluffy brush. Find my apples. Apples. For the highlighter, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt palette. I'm going to be using this light color right here. Top of the cheekbones. A little bit above the eyebrows. Tip of the nose. For the lip color, I am going to be using the NYX Suede Matte in Violet Smoke. No, I'm not. Let's try this again. Sorry, that did not look right. I'm going to be using a L'Oreal Color 920. That's better. I promise I will use that color in the future. It's just not going with this look. Oh, better. Better. All right, let me take my hair down and show you the final result. Okay, we did it. So the main reason why I wanted to do a color like this today is to show you that as we age and if we have a hooded eye and the real estate of your eyelid changes, it doesn't mean that the color isn't going to show up. There are ways, there are techniques, there are tricks and hacks that we can do and we can play with. And in the end, it turns out that something like a hooded eye is actually a really, really minor obstacle that is very easily surmounted. Come on back. I'm going to show you other ways and techniques to deal with it. In the meantime, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for the hang time, and go find your face. You have a hooded eye, your face is under there, I promise.